the family of C, we have C and E. Now we also have C and A. And that's the family of C. Now, for example, if you're playing a melody like C, C, C. Now, what are the family of C? You look for the family of C. Now, this is called triad. Okay.
What is called triad?
Triad simply means 3-note formation. 3 notes. So it's either you're counting 3 notes upward or you're counting 3 notes downward, any one. So triad simply means 3. So for example, if my note is C, what is the third note upward? For example, if I'm counting from C here, so my third note up here be what? E. I guess it now. Then my third note backward gives me C, A. So for example, if I'm playing U, I can decide to play A.
You are moving
yes.
to this thing
exactly back. 3
3 backward.
What is the third note of this? Are you getting me now? Now, if this is my melody now, what is going to be my harmony? Okay, now let me break it down. Now, what is melody? Melody simply means the piece of tone in music. Melody simply means a piece of tone in music. Now, don't forget that we're talking about triad and chord family under types of interval. Now, if this is my melody, now don't forget that when we're talking about interval, we explain interval. We talked about unison, talk about second, talk about third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Right? Yes. Good. Now, in interval we have unison. Now, what is the unison of your C? C. That's C to C.
Yes.
You understand? So C now is the unison of C. Now, what is C to A? Let me see if we'll get it. Sixth. So that means sixth is the harmony of my 1. So the sixth now, you now look for the 1 and your 5 in your left. Now this is my sixth. If you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you now pick your 6, then and look for the fifth of your 6. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fifth of your 6 is where you put your hand. So if your melody is this, so that means you have A as your harmony. So it now becomes. Are you getting it now?
Yeah.
So which is the first family? Now the second family, you use the same method. What is the third of this C moving forward? What is the third? The third is what? You can tell me. From here, what is the third up? As you are saying, E, correct. That's E. So that means if you're playing this melody, E can still be an option. So my E, I look for the E notes, use the same method, count 5 upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I now have E and C. And can you see? So with this melody. So imagine I'm playing. Now this is my do now. If I play the unison, which is C, sounds better. If I play A, which is the harmony, it sounds better. If I play E, it doesn't sound nice. So that means C, E is not a good option when you're starting your melody on C. Do you understand? Yes. So that means A and unison, which is C to C, is better. It's either you choose A or you choose C. You understand now? But there are some options whereby you need this E when you're playing C. Are you getting me now? So for example, now let's go to that song. I'm playing C, C, G, G, A, G. Now each of these harmony. Do you understand? Now you look for the third note backward. What is the third note of this backward? This. So if I'm playing, what is the third note of this backward? E. So I'm playing. Sounds nice. Now this is what I did. Every note I look for the third note backward. So if I'm playing one, what is the third note of this backward? Is this? What is the third note of this? F. So I'm playing. So since I'm starting with this, so I'll start with my harmony, which is A here. So with this now, no matter how where the melody is, always make sure that where that notes land is where you're picking your words, your chord. So for example, now if the melody lands here now, C, you know where you're supposed to pick your chord, which is back note, third note backward. The same thing with E, you know that is C. Same thing with F. Are you getting me now? So no matter where your melody lands, you should know that if this is your melody, you pick the third note backward. That is what we call triad. Triad simply means...
Triad.
Yes, triad. Triad simply means what? 3-note formation. Or you can call it stacking note in thirds. That is still 3-note triad. So for example, if you're stacking this in third now, maybe backward, you're stacking this in thirds. What is the third note of this backward? Is what? G. The same thing with G. If this is the melody, to stack this backward becomes E, right? So that means if you're playing any melody that you're playing, okay. I am the Lord that is like thee. So you can play. Getting it?
Can I answer? Okay. Now let's say now you're playing on C, which you have to play here on the left hand. Now for it to work complete, is it almost start we count to the 5th chord?
Yes, always count the 5th, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's your 1 and your 5, which is the 5th. So if this is your melody and you know this is your harmony, so you put your hand on your C. You know this is your harmony now, right?
Yes,
so your pinky always play where the harmony starts from. That's your pinky. Yes. So if this is your melody and this is your harmony, you're not supposed to start from here. It's wrong. Start from here. So this starts here, then count from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is known as 5th. This is 5th. So this is your melody. Are you getting me? So imagine I'm playing. Now, every harmony you play or every melody you play has unison. It's not a must that you must end with harmony. You can end with unison. So like, instead of me ending with this note now, I decide to end it with my unison. Are you getting it now?
Yes.
Good. Now, since you understand that, so our first exercise for today, we're going to play that song. You can also decide not to play this A. Are you getting me now? Now, instead of you to play this A, you can also decide to play the unison, which is C, like this. moving this melody to this, you move this melody to the unison.
So you hold the same.
Yeah, the same thing. That's unison. So now our first exercise today will play. You look for the third note of this backward. What is the third note of this? E. So 1 1 5 5 5 notes and harmony. So you give him a harmony. So if you ending it here, end it here. That is unison. Do you understand? Yeah. So now we're talking about the first one. We talked about what? Triad, right?
Yes.
Then triad simply means 3-note formation. Now let's talk about harmony. Harmony simply means playing more than one note together. Or you can say harmony means chord. So harmony means chord. For example, if you're playing like this, anything you're playing, this is harmony. You see? So anything, this is harmony. Harmony is playing more than one note. Melody is playing single notes. So for example, if you're playing harmony of C, but melody is this melody because it has to be with single note. So you understand now. So harmony has its own role to play, melody has its own role to play. Now let me give us exercise 1. Exercise 1 is a major scale. You're doing a major scale using harmony and melody. Now harmony and melody. Harmony is your left, while melody is your right. So for example now, if you're playing C, we have unison and also have harmony. So unison is C and C. So for example, if your your right is playing C, your left is playing A, which is the harmony of C. So now you look for, first of all, you get the harmony first. So the harmony of C, which is C is the melody, don't forget.
Yes.
Good. So the harmony is A. C is the melody.
My lecturer.
What do you mean?
Harmony of C is A.
Yeah. So now you see. Now the unison of C is C. So we have A as the harmony. We also have unison. And the next one is B, D melody. Now what is the harmony of D? B. Now what is the unison of D? D. Are you getting it now?
Yes, very well.
So the harmony of D, that's D melody, is B. The unison of D melody is D. That's unison. Now E. What is the harmony of E? C. Now, what is the unison of E? E. See now, so we have harmony and unison. Bros. Harmony, unison. So the same thing with your F. F. What is the harmony of F? Listen. Which note is that?
D.
Good.
Yeah.
So see. So most times, if you watch very well, harmony works very well. Apart from the first note, harmony works very well in other notes than the first note. What I mean by the first note, for example, if you're playing, see that first note you start your melody from. If you're playing harmony there, sometimes it might not sound nice. It doesn't sound nice. But if you play you're starting your music on a neutral ground, everywhere is normal. So you're going, then from the next note, start harmonizing. Sounds better like this than starting with harmony. Are you getting it now? So, where did we stop? F. So, now, what is the harmony of G?
E.
Good. So you keep on moving it like that. That's why if you're playing this song, we give you. What is the harmony?
A.
Good. So now choose. Give me harmony of G.
E.
What is harmony of A?
F.
What's harmony of B?
G.
What's harmony of this?
A.
So now what? Are you getting it now? Do you understand? So your melody determines your harmony. Without your melody, there won't be any harmony because there's nothing to keep under as the building block. So me, I call melody building block, while I call harmony the roofing. Now, because melody is what gives background to everything. So if anything I'm playing can be melody, like for example, that's the melody. You can play. This is where I'm picking my harmony from. That is melody. So anything can be melody. You were good, you were good. That is melody. So you were good. I'm picking my harmony from there, which is A. You were good, you were good. So now, what's the time? So we'll come and do this one. 9:50. So now we'll pick up. So the first person will come and play. So you look for the melody and know your chord. Always make sure your left is playing 1 and 5 of every chord. 1 and 5 of every chord. So that's your next melody. So you're playing. That's the finger. I guess on your 1. Nobody gets 6 fingers with that one for you and for this other one. You understand? So 1, 1. This neat chord. So always start with unison and always end with unison. So everybody can come and try.